Cats are on top of the ladder, one of only 2 unbeaten teams, but then again they did start like this last year. There's a way to go yet. Well, Hawthorn is the other unbeaten team, but only just. They survived a great finish by Melbourne at the MCG to hang on and win by 1 goal. The major goal kickers, Judge 5 for Hawthorn and Curran 4 for Melbourne. Kelvin Templeton burst back with 8 goals and Peter Tossell kicked 4. A 1-goal win to the Hawks. Ian Robertson was at the MCG.
Well, Doug Hayward is always smiling, but I think that he was on the verge of even a greater smile this evening, because the Demons in the last quarter hit the front twice. At half-time you would have thought that it was all over bar the shouting. The Hawks were coasting, and Melbourne showed tremendous persistence. In the third quarter they came out and gave it a very, very good shot, and they were only 20 points behind at the three-quarter time change. But it was the experience of Hawthorn's Matthews, Tuck and Robertson that eventually got them home. Melbourne at the start of the last quarter, 2 sensational efforts by Robert Flower. They were inspired. They really grew tall, and it looked as though they were a chance. Hawthorn, on the other hand, they probably missed Wallace. He was injured early in the game. They didn't get the ball out of the centre anywhere near as quickly as they should have, and Melbourne really persisted well. Barassi would have been reasonably happy with them. I think they showed signs that they can bother other sides, and the Hawks obviously have serious thinking to do if they're to go on and defend their 83 title.
How did Lester Smith go, the recruit?
Well, he was on and off the ground, Tim, a fair bit. He spent a lot of time on the interchange bench. Hawthorn were in trouble with Wallace badly injured and Schwab obviously hurt, and Lester Smith had some patches of play but wasn't very prominent at all.
Is Templeton really back?
Well, I'm glad you mentioned that, because Templeton's had a lot of criticism both from press and television and radio. His performance today was magnificent. He kicked 8 goals. If his kicking could be more penetrating, he'd be back to 83 or 3 years ago, the form of 3 years ago.
And Melbourne are a really competitive team, or did the Hawks ease up?
Well, I think Melbourne fans, I made mention on the radio about where is VFL football going. Well, Melbourne and Hawthorn should be congratulated, because their effort in the last quarter was terrific. 15 goals and sensational football. OK, thanks Robbo. Another win to the Hawks, the team they beat last week in the grand final.